Good evening, Simon here, Explosive Action, and I am going to do a quick run through of my Hong Kong Legend DVDs. This was a request made after my Mancave video. You can go watch that one, I'll leave the link below. But we're going to take a look at all my Australian release Hong Kong Legend titles. We didn't get as many as the UK did. The UK had far more titles, but we got quite a lot of good ones, and I'm pretty sure I've got them all. So without any further ado, Hong Kong Legend time. So we'll start off with the box sets that I've got. I've got 3 of them, and by including the box sets, I intentionally then don't have the individual releases because I don't have the space for that. So these would be individual releases available as well. I believe all of them are, but I have the box sets. So we'll have a look at the first one, which is the Once Upon a Time in China trilogy with Jet Li. So this is a cool set, like a slipcover type thing. Try and get this out. There you go, it's similar on the inside there, and it comes out like a book, digibook thing. Reverse, which is annoying, but anyway, there you go. Looks like I have a loose disc, which is also annoying. So there we go. You get the 3 movies, 1, 2, and 3, and I don't think we got the America film in Australia, so there you go, it's Once Upon a Time in China trilogy. It's a really nice set. Now that's been reissued a handful of times, which is a common theme with the Hong Kong Legends range, particularly when Magna Pacific took over, which is, I think, one of these ones here. This is the Jackie Chan 15 disc set that came out probably about 10 years ago now, and has been reissued in various states, but not as complete as this one. So we will take a look inside this one. Big, oversized slipcover thing. And inside, very hard to do this one-handed, you get 2 digipack sets, which is really nice. So we'll take a look at the first one. Get some writing on the back. Info on the films, some photos there, each disc for each film. Pretty much the back of a normal DVD is replicated in the packaging of this set. And again on this one. So that's pretty cool. That's the Jackie Chan set. Now the films you get, which is important, this is the Dynamic Collection. And you get Armor of God, Project A Part 2, Police Story 2, The Young Master, Dragons Forever, Wheels on Meals, Shaolin Wooden Men, Battle Creek Brawl, Dragon Lord, and The Fearless Hyena, and a bunch of special features. It's a really nice set, and yes, is long out of print and has been replaced with smaller editions that I don't think have all of the films. And you can get them all separately, or at least you could. And the last set I've got is the big Bruce Lee box. Now this one has been definitely reissued numerous times. This is the one that HKL under Universal and under Magna Pacific have kept alive the most, but this one's the most impressive. Probably the first release in a box. They were definitely on individual DVDs by Universal first, but I think this box is pretty cool. So there you go, you get Fist of Fury, Way of the Dragon, Big Boss, Game of Death 1 and 2, and The Legend, which is the documentary. So there you go. Quick look at the covers. They're all pretty much a theme. Last one. And it comes with a pretty neat booklet. It has photos and information about the film and about Bruce Lee. So that's very cool. That's the box sets. So the first one is The Canton Godfather, which is a Jackie Chan film. This is the Magna Pacific reissue. There was a Universal one, of course, which had different cover art. City Hunter, another Jackie Chan, again the Magna reissue. Very, very fun film. One of his more crazy ones. Dragon Fist. Just going to go through them quick. Dragon from Russia. This one doesn't show up too often. This one is pretty rare. Duel to the Death, only an X rental is all I've managed to find for this one. This is one of the original Universal release titles. Yeah, pretty tough one to find. Eastern Condors, this is also the reissue. The original Universal has the old ratings advice. Really good Sammo Hung film, one of his best, very violent. Encounters of the Spooky Kind, more Sammo Hung. This is the reissue. Another challenging one to find, Flaming Brothers, also only X rental. A Chow Yun-Fat film. John Woo's Hand of Death. This was easy to get at the time. I'm not sure how easy it is to find these days, but JB Hi-Fi, when they were clearing out all of the older Hong Kong legends, basically all of the non-Bruce Lee ones, had many of them down to $6.98 each, which is how I got a lot of these. It's also how I got this one, Hapkido. I believe this has had a recent Blu-ray. Many of these films have, but I do enjoy this range. Jackie Chan again, Heart of the Dragon. This is the original Universal version. A lot of the original editions also came with 2 discs. I'm not sure if this is one. No, it's not, but some of them did. John Woo's Heroes Shed No Tears. Magna version. Not sure if there was a Universal of that. This one's very hard to find. King of Beggars with Stephen Chow, prior to doing Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Soccer, which he's mostly known for these days. But he had plenty of films before that, and this is one of them, King of Beggars. As I said, pretty hard to find. This one's also pretty hard to find, but it does show up every now and then. Hong Kong, 1941, Chow Yun-Fat. Not so much an action film. I haven't watched this one yet. I believe it's more of a drama. And that's one of the Universals. This one was easy to get, but I think it's pretty hard now. The Iceman Cometh, with Yuan Biao and Maggie Cheung. In the Line of Duty. This was the first Hong Kong legend I ever got. It's actually in the Line of Duty number 4. And for Australian market, they retitled it to number 1. I don't know why. Probably just to make it simpler. So there you go. Donnie Yen, Cynthia Khan. Iron Monkey. This one doesn't show up much. Again, why I have a X rental Universal release. And this is an example of a 2-disc set. So, as I said, unfortunately an X rental, but it's what you can get. And the second discs usually include a lot more bonus material. You can see it's pretty chock-a-block on the back there. So definitely one of the things about Hong Kong Legends is obviously the picture quality is excellent, and they use the original soundtracks, but there's lots of extras. Iron Fisted Monk. Sammo Hung. Very challenging one to find. Knockabout. One of the hardest, I'd say. Yuan Biao, Sammo Hung again. And this is only a Magnum Pacific, but it is very hard to find. Last Hurrah for Chivalry. More John Woo. Legend of a Fighter. This is the Bruce Lee documentary. Magnificent Bodyguards, Jackie Chan. I certainly loved their Jackie Chan and their Sammo Hung in Hong Kong Legends. Who can blame them? Magnificent Butcher, speaking of Sammo Hung. Hard one to find. Magnificent Warriors, Michelle Yeoh. The Universal release. The Master, pretty hard to find as well. Still got the original promotional sticker on there. Apparently I could have sent away and got a free copy of Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, back in 2006. So I think I've probably run out of time there. Anyway. The Universal release. Millionaires Express. This is a really fun film. Cynthia Rothrock. One of her earlier films, probably one of her first three. Maybe it's the second film. And Sammo Hung, Yuan Biao. There's some funny comedy in this one. And it's pretty big action. A lot of it takes place on a train. Hence the title. And yeah, this one was one of the first difficult ones for me to find. And yeah, on Magnum Pacific. I'm not sure if there is a Universal release of that one or not. Very hard to find. Moon Warriors. X-Rentals show up, but this one is a newer copy. So there you go. Moon Warriors, Andy Lau and Maggie Cheung on Universal. Mr. Vampire. This one has been reissued 100 times. I think there's an issue out right now that has a very boring monochrome cover. Not sure what they were thinking, but anyway, this is the original Magnum Pacific. There was likely a Universal as well, but I'm not sure what that one looks like. Jackie Chan's My Lucky Stars. Very, very, very hard to find this one. The entire trilogy of My Lucky Stars is very hard to find. But some of the last ones for me to obtain. Naked Killer, also quite hard to find. This was an X-Rental, but I managed to clean it up pretty well. Definitely worthy of its R rating in this one. Universal Edition. Not all of them got reissued when Magna took over. New Dragon Gate Inn. Don't see this one too often. Again, it's another X-Rental Universal version. New Fist of Fury, Jackie Chan. Ninja in the Dragon's Den, a little bit hard to find. I have found a few copies in the wild recently, in the last year or so, but certainly can't find it new. There you go, that's the Universal release. Good fun for that one, particularly good film. Seriously hard one. This, The Odd Couple. Interestingly, with an Eastern Eye sticker on the slick. So maybe there was distribution there between Madman, Eastern Eye, and Hong Kong Legends in Universal. Not sure, or maybe somebody was just confused. But anyway, haven't watched this one yet, The Odd Couple. Super hard to find. Police Assassins, better known as Yes Madam, and In the Line of Duty, which is why they would not have called this one In the Line of Duty. In the UK, this is called Police Assassins 2. The whole thing is just very confusing. But anyway, it's mostly known as Yes Madam everywhere else in the world, and is Cynthia Rothrock's very first film, and has an amazing end fight between her and, well, not between her, but Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock together fight a bunch of bad guys, and it's really, really, really cool. So, definitely want to try and get, though, as I said, very hard. So this one I don't need. I found this one very cheap. The Police Story double disc set. I've got it in the box set, and it's not very presentable. Very faded, beaten up X-Rental, but it cost me 50 cents, so I decided to grab it. And it is a 2-disc set, and I'd never seen it before. Postman Fights Back, also pretty hard to find, though a couple have shown up recently. Universal release. Prodigal Son. Yuan Biao, Sammo Hung. That's the Magna reissue. Pretty sure there is a Universal one of that. The Protector. I like the cover on this one. It's pretty interesting. Jackie Chan classic. Scorpion King. Not with The Rock, thankfully. Fun film. She Shoots Straight. Very, very hard one to find this. Universal release. Starring Joyce Gadenzi, I think is how you say her name. There's a really good one as well. Jackie Chan, Snake and Crane, Arts of Shaolin. I don't think this one was in the box set, which is probably why I've got it separately. Skinny Tiger, Fatty Dragon, one of Sammo Hung's best. Lots of fun. Spiritual Kung Fu doesn't show up very often. Might find X-Rentals a bit cheaper on eBay, but took me a while to find a clean copy. Story of Ricky. This one's pretty easy to find. This is the Universal. There's the Magna as well. Awesome, awesome film. Gory as hell, completely over the top. Story of Ricky, aka Ricky O. Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars, the second one in the trilogy. Very, very, very hard to find. Sammo, Jackie, and Yuan Bao. Warriors 2. More Sammo. And the third in the Lucky Stars trilogy is Winners and Sinners. Very, very hard again to find. Jackie and Sammo looking kind of annoyed and puzzled. Very funny. And the last one, Zoo Warriors, which just had a Blu-ray from Eureka. And that's the last one I've got. So I'll go through the few UK versions that I do have. I don't have many. They did release far, far more films on the UK Hong Kong Legends range. But I've just got a handful, and the first one here is 2000 AD. Which is a big budget, high octane techno thriller. But I have not yet watched it. Beast Cops, which has won all kinds of awards apparently, and I am told is very good, though I have not yet seen it. Anthony Wong. Black Sheep Affair. Don't know much about this one actually. Neither do I with Body Weapon, which has the same photo as was shown on Black Sheep Affair. They fool nobody. Classic Bullet in the Head John Woo film. 2-disc set. Lots and lots of special features. Quite strange that we didn't get Australian edition of that, to my knowledge. City on Fire, Chow Yun-fat. Crime Story. Now, I believe we did get an Australian edition of this. I just don't have it. I ended up with the UK one. That's what I found in a second-hand store. But I should probably swap it out for an Australian one if there is one available. Jackie Chan. Jet Li's Hitman. Young-looking Jet Li. Island of Fire. This one's really good. Jackie Chan, Andy Lau, Sammo Hung, Tony Leung. Quite the cast. Purple Storm. Highest award-winning film in Hong Kong cinema history. There you go. From the year 2000. I should watch that one. And the last one. Another awesome film, Tiger on the Beat, Chow Yun-fat. And there we go. And that is it. That's my Hong Kong Legends collection. Pretty sure I've got all the Australian titles in one way or another, and you saw the handful of UK ones I have as well. Please let me know if you know of an Australian release, or particularly an Australian film that I do not have, excluding the title that was released in a box set. Please let me know, but I am unaware of any others, so I'd be very keen to know if there were any more. Thanks for watching. See you next time.